I could use a good home. Acknowledged. What can the Trade Authority do for you?
Let's, stay away from Epside. The locals there don't exactly appreciate the tourists.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results. Captain, it is pleasant to see you. Captain, greetings.
Relax. Your ride is safe with us.
Don't worry, your ship's in good hands.
See that shroud covering Neon? Believe it or not, you're looking at the only city in the settled systems that powers itself from lightning.
Need some work done? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked.
Nothing for us to do. You're in good flight.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Looks like some sort of checkpoint ahead. It's probably designed. See that shroud covering Neon? Believe it or not, you're looking at the only city in the settled systems that powers itself from
This guy
lightning.
has eyes on Samuel and Kadiko. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean. Don't move, Nesha!
About. Cut the act. Snippers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you stepped in.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan? Smuggle the Aurora into Key City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, is all. Honest mistake, right?
Can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayo's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
I think I got them. What do you call them? Horns? Yeah, I got corns.
Don't move, Nesha!
What was this about? Cut the act. Snippers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you stepped in.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire. So, what was the plan, Nesha? Smuggle the Aurora into Aquila City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, is all. Honest mistake, right?
Can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayo's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
Catherine Luzion keeps demanding we look into her husband's murder. Murder, yeah, right.
Yonik's gotta come through.
Hysterical little
I'm
blonde.
just so... screwed.
this shift doesn't end soon, my man is not gonna...
Want to challenge your instincts and hone post-corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring the best, brightest of today or future tomorrow. Submit your application at the nearest kiosk.
Well, with all signs pointing to the Astral Lounge, I suppose we should pay it a visit. Purely for exploratory purposes.
MMS. But at least then we wouldn't have to worry about the VOP. Am I right?
Yes? Okay.
Step through the door of secret elevators.
We should stick to the main plaza. Unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
I'm feeling a little burnt out. I think I need a break.
How about hitting up the rooftops and watching lightning hit the span?
You know, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Great. I'll bring the blend, you bring the chunks.
It's a date.
If you ever want to get away from the crowds, the rooftops are always a good option.
It'll be nice to get away from the clubs.
I have plenty of supplies for your next expedition in stock. Welcome to Sickhart's Outfitters. Everything you need. I can promise you, I'm not just using hype. I've spent years perfecting my business by polling, so take your time. Am I? Forgive me. I tend to forget. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to... This is a prime spot, right next to the spaceport terminal. But the... You'd think that was the case, but I promise you, I budget... Anyway, I don't want to bore you. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like myself? Thanks for stopping.
You wanna head to Euphorica after work tonight?
Nah, I'm feeling a little burnt out.
Hello there! Let me know if you need anything. Welcome to...
You know, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Great. I'll bring the blend, you bring the...
Sorry, I'm afraid we don't provide lines of credit. However, if you're willing to look around, I'm sure you'll... I've spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and so take your time. Thank you for noticing. I have a lot of overhead in this place. This is a prime... Sure, and going in, I expect... Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the deed, so why don't you help out a portion? I've been at this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost... As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew this city would start. I love this business. It's my life. Absolutely. Here's everything.
I just really need a mental break.
You know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means...
We're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming. God.
On behalf of Stroud Eckler, I'd like to welcome you. On behalf of Stroud, our company prides itself as we use groundbreaking technology to... You can configure your desired spacecraft. I'm glad you enjoyed. Feel free to have a look around our showroom. He's been to Neon a few times, but I haven't had the pleasure of his What I can say is that, despite what's been reported by the media, Actually, I've been working here for only 2 years. Previously, I was an Arboron sales representative. I could never relate to the type of clientele. It was comfortable work. And so, if you're in the market for spacecraft, please don't forget about us.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures, picking back off. That's an order, not a suggestion. I'm not gonna say this twice. Get the hell away from me. Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the settled systems.
Why did you drag me in here?
You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a class all by itself.
Yeah, I guess. Take a look around. If you find something,
can I help you?
I'll help you out.
Are you sure you're in the right place? I cater to the high-end client. Affluent, intelligent, and successful. My apology. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say... In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me. The Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honestly, they're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon security. Corrupt, bumbling idiots who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in...
Sadly, I think he's right. Neon security isn't going to do anything about the problem.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with? Oh, I carry all sorts of unique items from across... I'm not one to boast, but my shop won me my position as administrator by use. Before I forget, I also pay top credits to travelers that bring me unique baubles and trinkets, so... Oh, yes, absolutely. Please visit us again if you're in the market for luxury items. Welcome to the Emporium. Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. No one knows. Seoka are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't lowlife. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that? Whatever it takes. Just don't go getting yours. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back. I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewer. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one... It was good to have you in my shop. Farewell.
Sophistication, Laura. Ready to make your own discovery? Submit your application. Our trained and certified physicians are qualified to assess and treat any physical ailment or affliction, from cuts, scrapes, to dislocated limbs. We also sell a full range of personal treatment products, so you can take Reliant Medical with you wherever you go. Reliant Medical. It's time you were treated.
Hey there. Got the shakes, huh? Don't worry.
You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down.
Yeah, haven't zoned in like a week. My whole body feels like it's crumbling.
Oh my goodness. Another pool. All right.
Wants to shake it off.
The doc, he isn't gonna, rat me out to anyone, right?
You kidding? No one cares if you're addicted to the stuff.
Unfortunately, yeah. You see, the more Aurora that a user absorbs, the more resistance their body builds up. That means the user needs larger and larger doses. Eventually, the doses get so incredibly large, the user's nervous system. That's a very wise choice. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but... Every day is a busy day here. But that isn't why. You see, I'm a bit... at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem... We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply... I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. Then you understand what I'm up against. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me med. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you... Aurora stimulates the neural. This causes, as you can imagine, this state is highly addictive, and the user gets stuck in a vicious cycle. That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about it. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at this... I use the proceeds from my paying customers. And by cutting a few expenses here and there, I'm able to use a bit of my... It's not a bother, really. The cot's here at the... Don't worry about me. You just watch yourself. Administrator Bayou doesn't... Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the... Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful... Huh. Well, it's completely dependent. People have been using for, say... But there are others. Feel free to take a look. All right. Not so bad, really. As you wish. Stay away from Aurora before you get hooked.
Now is the time to enhance your life. Here at Enhance, we offer a full range of cosmetic and biological services.
James Newell better watch his back. He's causing problems. No percentage in causing problems in Neon.
If Benjamin Bay's ego was as combustible as he endured, he'd be able to provide enough fuel to power every ship in the settled systems.
Again, the customer satisfaction survey of
In the galaxy. Welcome to Galvin, the Settled System's premier financial institution. Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines? Galbank ATMs are spread throughout the settled system.
I'm hoping there was a good reason that was locked.
Welcome to Galvin, the settled system's premier financial institution.
bank ATMs are spread throughout the settled systems, so you can do your banking your own way, on your own time. Galbank, where your credits work for you.
Gamble, paid up, and the weird choice is to take the awards by storm. In other news, on the lifeless planet of Vectera, a mining operation run by Argos extractors was attacked by the Crimson Fleet. Argos was mining valuable minerals.
Is there a type of weapon
Enjoy one of our distinct coffee flavors.
And you deserve settled systems best engineers and designers.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
Yeah, I didn't get her either. Not at first. But then I realized she wasn't a miner. She was a gold digger. How did I know? Because all she ever wanted was mine. Get it? Yeah, you get it, Sticks. You're laughing at... If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop. Just keep your... Good. Then just buy what you want. If you don't like it, talk to Sticks. He runs our, That's more like it. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Sticks like he's some kind of... I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make a... I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly... That means I spend a lot of time talking to Sticks and Model A robots. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. Now, I'm talking thousands of credits, but one day the payment stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the colony. I was a ground pounder. Slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, You'd do that. Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let... Huh. I'm glad you see. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find... Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody... Warlord's one of the disciples, one of Neon's street gang. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Sticks put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since. Well, Warlord still swears he'll get even with me. And he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past. Feel like bringing them. You ever get nightmares, Sticks? About the war?
I'm sorry. Frank Reddick is the proprietor of Neon Tactical. I'm sorry, your inquiry is invalid. For paint and home decor. Disengaged.
Sticks, how's this month looking?
I'm sorry, I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Queue for a cup of coffee right about now.
Hey there, friend. Need something?
Aurora is fine. It's poison. It needs to be taken off the streets.
James,
Feel like
please,
making a
it's not
purchase
just the
today?
Aurora.
Welcome to
Administrator
Newell's.
Bayou.
If you're looking for any
As long as he's in charge, the city will just get worse and worse.
Watch your back out there. Welcome to Newell's. Tell everyone you know about our store.
Administrator Bayou came by while you were out.
Oh, yeah? His Majesty decided to come down from his throne and walk amongst us peasants? What did he want?
He said he wanted to personally thank us for our contributions to the city and hopes for our continued support. I'm sorry.
Our contributions? Those taxes we pay are a sham, so he can line his ivory trade tower with another layer of gold. It makes me sick.
If you'd like to buy something, I'd be happy to help. Welcome to Newell's. Oh my, do I? That's awful. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get... Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neat. He runs Sieghart's Outfitters. It's right outside the spaceport terminal. I suppose you could say he's our only real competition. If you ask me, he isn't such a terrible person. Please don't tell James I said that. For protection, I assume. They apparently target certain businesses with some type of safety assurance fee scheme. We've been spared that indignity so far, but it's absolutely disgraceful. It's a little group James formed with some of the other vendors on Neon. I'd call it more of a support group, because all they do is sit around and complain about how hard it is to run a... I'm not taking anyone's side. I just want all this infighting among Neon store owners to end. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him. I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into... Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's... It's just a feeling that I have about Dietrich. I'm sure he's paying off Neon security because he has no choice. I can't afford to fight back like my husband expects. Oh no. I'd hate for you to get sucked into the whole silly affair. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our... Dietrich is actually quite a lovely man, though lately he's been under a lot of pressure, which has made him rather bitter. When we first opened our business here in Akuchi Market, he was actually very helpful. Offered us advice. I'm sorry, I just don't believe Dietrich is doing anything wrong paying off Neon security. We all do what we have to do. Unfortunately, my husband is convinced that fighting City Hall is the way to solve... Oh, he'll be so upset for me telling you this. But it's... James and I used to work on the Chasm Bass line at Xenofresh. We didn't do any of the Aurora extraction, just... I was a supervisor on the line. And when the alarm went up, I find James inside a storage vat, up to his shoulders in stinky fish guts and blind as a bat. I had to walk him to the showers, strip his work clothes, and hose him down. When he saw me standing there, after the shift ended, we went out for a Terra Brew. I hope you find what you need. Thank you for stopping by.
Glad that you... Case more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on. Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any... Oh, I don't have a problem with this place. My problem. That man has absolutely no respect. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon's... by standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money. I refuse to be run out of business, or... A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small... It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting... Everyone has a choice. Some are simply more difficult than others. The only way to fight Neon security is if all the merchants unify and push back on these unreasonable... Anyway, sorry. I know I can... If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll... I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost, there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city. I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing. And she was my supervisor. But we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit. We've been in love. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That... Fair enough. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. He can... Best deals in town. Thanks for stopping by our shop.
And accessories for all your hectic needs.
Some excellent weapons on sale today. Hey, thanks for stopping by. The name's Ken. I can't say I'm surprised. You have the look of someone with a steady hand and a good eye. If you've never tried an Arbron firearm, they fire more smoothly than... What brings you to Ryujin Tower today? Oh, good luck. Hopefully they'll hire you, and we can stop listening to this non-stop audio ad. Well, I'd better be. I'm a Freestar Navy vet. Firearm expertise comes with the territory. Those days are behind me, though. Now I prefer to stay behind the counter and let other people... don't be so surprised. Ryujin. Besides, here at Arbron, our goal is to provide safety and protect. That's why we're the only brand to carry our... Of course, the Nova series uses an electrically charged... It's not so useful when it comes to critters, but if you need to buy some time or get someone off your back, they'll do the... Sure, have a look. Bye now.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you?
I can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
Welcome to Ryujin Industries. Can I help you? You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is... Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the... Then take a left and keep heading that way until you... Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any... And hopefully I have some... Oh wow, you're serious? Well, Ryujin is the tech industry leader in the settled systems. Other than that, our products include operating systems, security. If you really want more info, I'd recommend reading up at one of the kiosks. They've got this company's entire history listed. Imogene Salzo is my idol. She's ruthless, but still knows how to behave around everyday people. She's probably next in line to take over for Ularu Chen, head of operations here, which would be a godsend. No one loves brutal honesty. Between you and me, I think Imogene is about done with the whole process. You won't believe the people. I heard the hiring algorithm Yuko made approved all. Good. Best not keep Imogene waiting too long. Great. Well,
oh, I can't imagine being forced to spend my days doing menial work in an office like this, instead of exploring the stars on the bridge of a spacecraft.
Great. A full spacesuit. Corporate environments aren't that toxic. Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside. I'm sure they understand.
When they ask for your greatest strength, tell them you lack empathy for your clients. That will make you a front runner for a megacorp position.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operator. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrator. Apparently, our algorithm has failed us and believes you to be a decent match, which I'll take up with our technicians later. So, let's get this over with. Why do you want to work for It's always nice to see the local residents take an interest in us. This next one should be interesting, considering you marked having 0 experience. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this? A bold answer, and hopefully one with truth. How motivated are you to succeed? Here at Ryujin, that's completely up to you. It's not unheard of for someone like you to reach an executive level. Plus, we're pretty good at finding any untapped potential, so if there's a role we know you... And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5... That's a lofty goal, and one I'd love to see you accomplish. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should...
What is it?
Imogen and Yuko run a tight ship around here.
Nova over at Telecom. She's too good for me. Sounds like she's too
Hi! Thanks for choosing Terra Brew. What can I get you? Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. I happen to...
I got fired is what happened. And this is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how...
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ularu Chen, just to get replaced by this nobody? You don't even know your own boss. Ularu is Ryujin's head of operations, or resident shark, if you ask me. If she smells blood in the... Like, who knows? I looked at someone wrong, the coffee wasn't hot. They didn't even have the decency to tell me. They just had security escort me out of the building, like... Hearing that ad should have been the first sign they were gonna get rid of me. I bet Ularu was just waiting for the moment to hire you. And now that I've been terminated, it's only a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my... Believe me, it's either you or me.
No one's been sent to terminate anyone. Now, why don't you just calm down? Before someone accidentally gets hurt.
You don't just get to learn all the ins and outs of Ryujin operations and then just walk away. They don't let that kind of knowledge run around in the head of just... It's just a matter of time before they send you after me. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one, change my mind, and I'll walk away. Fail? No, I have to do this. It can't be helped. I have no choice. Look, at some point, Ularu really will send you after me. Just promise me you'll remember this. That when I came after you, I gave you the chance to talk me down. You're either one of the few good people in Neon, or you already know a thing or two about leverage. Just don't make me regret this. Thanks for talking me down back there. I wasn't in my right mind.
Brewed using the secret techniques of ancient Earth. Each of our baristas undergoes enhanced training to ensure you receive the best coffee.
I'm gonna need some serious anti-anxiety meds now.
Terra Brew. Enjoy a cup right now.
Hey, no worries on anyone calling security here. Take it from me, Ryujin will handle any drama that may come from this. You'll want to be sure to report it to them.
It's just another word for old. And what do you fly at Deimos? They basically stole all their tech from Nova anyway.
Ryujin has connections everywhere. Even Benjamin Bayer. You know, the very man that runs Neon. They're practically untouchable around here. Just getting in with them, you're setting yourself up for life. Well, provided you don't get fired first, of course. Tomo had been Ryujin's errand boy for some time now. Lots of ambition. Dying to get up that food chain, if you know what I mean. He always seemed really nice, so a stunt like that? I never saw it coming. Are you serious? That's the most excitement I've had in months. Yes, of course. Here it is. Oh, and please let Mr. Cho know that we did have the recommended maintenance done. I triple-checked the grind myself, and a mistake like that will never...
Enjoy one of our distinct coffee flavors. It's a world unlike any other in the settled system.
Can I help you?
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup? Good answer. And the one I was hoping for, since we learned of the incident before your return. Your handling of the Tomo situation has caught some attention, and we'd like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
Talking through it was the right way to handle the situation. I'm proud of you.
Well, they do say it's healthy to have goals. So who am I to crush that? I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success. Like any good corporation, we consider what we do here to be if others knew and could mimic our actions, it would take a while. In any case where a threat to success is established, one of us is sent out to... This may be through a conversation, or... It's all very situational, as you'll... Well, it depends on the job. If someone can't be persuaded with words, perhaps a more force... You're basically removing obstacles from the... Really? Well, this transition... Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference.
Coffee, finally. Well, let's have a look at... That depends on your actions. I'm Alexis Price, head of the legal department. Any legal troubles you cause as an operative, witnesses, so steer clear of law enforcement. We may have connections with Administrator Bayou and the Freestar Rangers. For one, our connections with Bayou automatically grant us a... He has some amount of influence with his seat on the... But our strongest connection is local. He's the Freestar Ranger stationed here on Neon, and much to my dismay, he could have been an amazing lawyer. But instead, he's chosen to waste his talents to protect the people of the Freestar Collective. Administrator Bayou runs Neon. We have a long-standing symbiotic relationship due to the... Let's hope you're best.
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new. I'm Genevieve, head of marketing and public. Me and... Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new... The only question now is how much work... Cleanup, of course. Journalists are pretty quick at putting two and two together, and I get the pleasure of making sure those connections, or if they are. Yeah? Just know that one screw-up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my... So, any precautions you can take.
So, fetching coffee one minute, and junior operative the next. Camden Cho, supply chain manager. We won't work together much, but as part of the same department, hopefully I'll be seeing you around. Ah, so she remembered. Not that I expect much out of Terra Brew Coffee, but hey, I suspected their grinder. Anyway, welcome to the... Oh, and just a heads up, people in your position don't typically see the brighter side of Ryujin Industries. But rest assured, this is a great company, and the work we do goes toward benefiting millions. I get your point, but if anything, take comfort in knowing that you're the one deciding the methods behind your assignments. Not only that, but corporate espionage is the norm. Ryujin just handles it better than most. Competitor operatives have done far worse to accomplish them. Well, neuroamps for one. They aid in mental illness, confidence boosting, and focus. Drone robots for maintenance and security, tranquility for relaxation, Arboron for protection. Your work only helps us improve and expand upon these products that so many people love and benefit from. Please do. It's easy to get wrapped up in the bad if that's all. Of course, you'll be forming your own opinions as you go. Just keep an open mind. Oh, and thanks for the...
Ah, coffee. You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is. Come chat again soon. To reiterate, have a good one. To reiterate, bye now. To reiterate, Terra Brew would be a substantial purchase, but we fully intend to develop the Tranquility brand. Current projections are set to surpass Terra Brew within the next 5 years. Tea-talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up, which hopefully won't be often. We'll see. We've yet to have an operative with a perfect... This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are.
I hope you enjoyed your little meeting. I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job. That doesn't surprise me. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We've reason to believe that our friends at Kelt Corp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract right now. I wasn't finished. I hope you enjoyed your I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job. I can only imagine. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We've reason to believe that our friends at Kelt Corp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract. My words exactly. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the action to go unpunished. I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload. Think of it as a lesson that That's up for you to determine. Think of it as the creative act. There's always more than one way to get... Remember, this is confidential. We can't have anyone at Kelt Corp getting suspicious. When all is said and done, it should be... Here's the data slate. I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet. I thought you'd like to know... I'm glad you feel that way. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We've reason to believe... Hey, we're not done. I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet. I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be... That doesn't surprise me. Now that you've met a few of them, we've reason to believe that... My words exactly. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the... I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload through one of their computers. Think of it as a lesson. That's up for you to determine. There's always more than... Remember, this is confidential. We can't have anyone at CalCorp getting suspicious. When all is said and done, here's the data.
I'm listening. Maybe another time.
I've got my eye on you. If Alexis asks about me, I am not here. Imogene told me she hired another operative. Welcome to the team. I'm April. It's great, as far as I'm concerned. I have a lot of respect. She's not afraid to take what she wants. And hates me. But what I like the most? She trusts us to get... I can't speak for what every operative does. People tend to keep their cards close to the chest in operations. But me personally, I'm a field agent. I specialize in gathering intel that our techs can't get, especially blackmail material, on high-profile clients and execs. Most assignments take me to the Astral Lounge or Paradiso. It's an incredible job. Great perks, too. I spend most of my time undercover living in luxury. I'm headed into the field again soon. Wish me luck.
I have something I need to discuss with you. I have an important personal decision to make, but I... Phew, thank you. So, before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless. In my case, I was third in command, which has a... There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst, we lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own. No. This is important. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship. But I was so... The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had... That's why I remained in the battle. I believe you. But you have... We fought for hours. But the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. And last thing I saw, they were... spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do. You're sorry. For me, if I hadn't been so stubborn, so eager to prove that I could handle command, my crew would have had... Yes, they expected to serve on the best ships, with the best. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper... After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, if I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes up. Bad luck. That sounds... You once told me, no matter how hard you fight, there are some battles you simply can't win. I wish I had heard your... Don't you get it? Everything I do, that's why I'm worried. Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around. I feel safer, comfortable, not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up. After everything you've heard, all my stories, no one's ever cared about me this much. Not even Aja. I'm counting on that. Look, I think I've said all I can handle. Thank you for being there, for listening to me when I needed it the most.
Don't cause any trouble.
I'm a little busy right now.
Hey, it's the newbie.
Hamsa kept pestering me about this damn missing slate. Like security's got time to track something like that down. I know.
I've heard that Benjamin Bayou has a private penthouse at the top of the tower. The view from up there must be breathtaking.
Everything good? Nothing to report? You and me both.
Clover McKenna, at your service.
If you want to see how short my temper is, keep talking.
What do you want to do for the break later?
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been non-stop interruptions since this morning, and I'm not spending another break at my desk listening to code. More like one of those months. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to Terabrew right now.
Yeah? I'll go with you. We can pick up an extra for... Oh, yes, yes.
Hold it right there! You're under arrest! You're coming with us. We'll be taking any contraband and stolen property you have.
More like one of those months. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to Terabrew right now.
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah?
You don't
go with you.
need to wear your helmet
Pick
in
up an
here.
extra for
You know,
foliage,
I don't
yes.
like the look of you. What are you looking at? Get lost. I'm a private. Don't make my job any harder.
Are you supposed... Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
I'm glad I ended up at KeltCorp. Miss McKenna treats her employees like that.
Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okaribo that I'm doing every... Oh. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelcor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League. It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, they sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man. But his aspiration... If only you... Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial... I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience has run... Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can... We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mine. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but... Niall! Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean, seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more... You'd be willing to help out. Just because I work for a megacorp doesn't mean I don't have... Saburo, Mr. Okadigbo. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you. That is a rather personal question, and Oh, that'd be splendid. Just... if you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been... And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on us. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system. But... tough city. You watch yourself out there. Lovely day for it. Nice visiting with you. Something I can do for you, love?
Don't you have something better to do?
See what kind of information you can get off of there.
What? I'm working here?
Neon Security, you're under arrest. I guess you're smarter than you look.
Never could get the hang of hacking. I prefer a more direct approach myself.
Don't be stupid! Stop! Now!
Well, look who survived their first assignment.
It's anxiety inducing.
I know what you mean, but that's your missing piece right there.
All right, I'll get on it.
A fair question. We may have plenty of eyes and ears out. I heard you made quite the scene in the trade tower. Something I explicitly told you we wanted to avoid. If you recall, setbacks mean a lot of things for a lot of people. Payoffs. The cleaner your work, the more intact your payments stay. Lucky for you, there'll be no docks in pay today. Just try to be more careful. Not that clean, considering what happened in Kel. In the meantime, I'll make sure that slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's... One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and we'll be sending a representative to Laredo. We just need you to... We want a clean and careful job. Obviously, we don't want any bad press. I don't want to hear any news about bounties or bodies coming out of Aquila City. The inspection will be similar to an audit. These things are usually pretty... Filing cabinets, desks. I trust you. That's the motivational mentality our executive... Here's the slate we need you to plant. Now, I better do this right.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. All right, you're good. Welcome to...
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear. Well, all I know is there was an attempted bank robbery and things went south. You'd have to ask the Marshal if you want the whole story. Not usually, but he took charge of the situation because the bank robbers are part of... The Marshal's had a lot of experience dealing with the gang. I guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Maybe a little outside help would do some good.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City. I feel as though I've lived here all my life.
You planning to tell me your demands at some point?
You find someone we can trust, and maybe we will.
Like who?
Not you, and not one of your rangers, and not these city guards, neither.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Security around here is a joke. You need to stand back now. I don't mean to be rude, but Now please, stand back. I wish I could say you were wrong. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place. But they took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom. It's a big group that hides outside the city and runs smuggling. They take in all kinds, rookie. Judging by their lack of preparation, I'd say this particular group is green as hell. Probably. That should work in our favor. Right about now. They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with it. Without demands, I ain't got much. About all we can do is wait. All right, I'm willing to say what you have to, but whatever they ask for, there's no way in hell I'm giving it to them. Also, there are lives at stake. Find out what they want, and then
I sincerely hope you know what you're doing.
Hey, you in the bank. I'm sending in a
Shaw
negotiator.
gang's making
Don't
fools
shoot.
of us all.
Hands where I can see him, and don't try nothing. Negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong. It's Jed. Jed Bullock. Well, ain't you polite? So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us? I don't know you, so why should your... I ain't buying it. Am I supposed to be impressed? Yeah, I'm already sick to death of this place. Well, long as it takes. Nothing. You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong. It's... Well, ain't you polite? So tell me, stranger. I don't know you. When this is over, I'm never setting foot in a bank again. Okay, I can see you're not just the marshal's tool. You want what we want. A nice, happy, so let's talk. They talk too damn much. Complain as much as we'd like to, none of us has shot one yet. We want to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it? What, you think we want to stay locked up in here? Hell no. Oh, hell, the Freestar Rangers have got ships. They can give us... This whole damn job's gone wrong. It was supposed to be... So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. What do you mean? Damn it. I didn't think of it that way. Maybe you're right. Nobody gets hurt, we won't have to rot in jail for the rest of our... Nobody's been hurt. So maybe the judge... Yeah. I think this has gone on long enough.
Well done back there. As representatives of Constellation, avoiding conflict is what we should always be striving to achieve.
They've got... What's the word? Well, I'll be a son of an Ashta. Considering those are Shaw's people, that's damn near a... Here. You've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not... As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles it.
Moving to Midtown is the best thing that's happened to us.
And you're breathing? Back to normal yet?
Mostly. Late one night, Annie Wilcox tried to arrest...
You got some business with me?
Public indecency. She'll be
See you.
terror once she grows up.
You got some business with me? Oh. Well, if the marshal sent you to me, just so you know what you're getting into, I'll explain who we are. Well, the Freestar Rangers ensure the safety and... We might hunt down a fugitive, break up a smuggling operation, investigate a starship theft, or put some would-be bank robbers behind bars. Whatever needs doing to keep the people... Sure, but we Rangers work across the whole of Freestar. Like most things that are worth doing, it ain't. But, do I think we make the Freestar Collective a little safer for everyone? Yeah. I imagine you've got some questions. The number's always changing due to retirements, recruiting. But as far as I know, there's never been more than a dozen Rangers. Well, in theory, a Freestar Ranger can go anywhere in Freestar Collective space, even private property. But of course, it doesn't all... We also have jurisdiction over any local security when we're tracking a fugitive. Okay then, a word about myself. I'm in charge of making sure anyone that wants to be a Freestar... That being said, the Marshal wouldn't send you here if he didn't think you had potential. So, what's it gonna be? Look, you have to be completely sure about this, so just come and find me if you decide.
I feel for the folk in the stretch. I try and give a credit or two to the Low House when I'm...
Back to...
Planning to tell me your demands at some point?
You find someone we can trust and maybe we...
security around here is a joke.
Want to steer clear of the stretch? Lots of crime over there.
Aquila's one of the oldest cities of the settled systems.
Why don't we just...
I need some place to It stays.
Hey, if you're looking to browse, you're in the wrong spot.
Worse.
Let them.
You in deep thought or something?
I don't think we do. If you need help, Miss Lance is just downstairs.
Miss Lance is the one you speak to.
I think you'll find that we carry fine weapons of all kinds here. Indeed. I designed and manufactured. Yes, of course.
Freestar security! Stop right now!
The Shark Gang's making fools of us all.
What's the word? Well, considering those are here, you got us out. As a matter of fact, if you're interested.
Shimon, baby, well done. Well done indeed.
Are you all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
It's okay. I'm okay.
And you're breathing? Back to normal yet?
Mostly. Still feels a little weird, though.
Late one night, Andy Wilcox.
You got some business with me? Oh. Just so you know what you're getting. Well, the freestyle. We might hunt down whatever needs. Sure, but we reign. Like most things that are worth doing. But I imagine you've got some questions. I'll answer. Well, in theory, a Freestar Ranger can go anywhere in free. But of course, it doesn't always work out. We also have. The number's always changing due to. But as far as I. Okay then. A word about. That being said, so.
It's a dangerous job, but an important one. As long as you leave room for your commitments to Constellation, we won't have any problems.
Before I hand you a badge, I need. You helped out with the hostage situation, but some. Tell you what, use the mission terminal and take one of them. Come back alive, and we'll talk. This is a dangerous line of work, and I'm not putting someone in the field unless I'm sure they're... Sorry, but... Oh, got no lack of confidence, have you?
A lot of famous people visit Aquila. Topping back up here.
Anything organic off this rock. suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
Everyone fall back! You're dead! Dead! On me! Let's go!
Out!
Die
Reloading!
already! Look at me, though!
This? Oh god!
You're a damn Jew.
You're not taking me out! You think that hurts? Yeah.
Approaching ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. That's all.
day.
Solomon Co. real.
Hiya.
We got a lot of bars in the city, all class joints. Well, except Aggie's.
Just let me drink in peace.
I feel for the folk in the stretch. I try and give a credit or two to the Low House when I'm able. A year or two back, I shared a drink with Ron Hope. That man can drink. Work hard, play hard. That should be the Freestar motto.
Oh, you're back. How'd it go? I'm sure you did. And I'm glad you did what I asked, so follow me.
Keel is really the heart of the Freestar Collective.
You should try Philburn's beer. It's brewed in the city, and it ain't bad.
We're headquartered in the upper floors of the Rock, but we also have remote stations throughout Freestar Collective space.
Welcome to the Rock.
Helps us to identify and respond to threats more quickly. Like I said before, there are less than a dozen rangers in all, and we operate with limited resources. Thankfully, most people respect us and are willing to cooperate. In this job, your eyes, ears, and wits are every bit as important as your badge and your sidearm. Marshall.
Emma. I take it you're here because you're satisfied that our new recruit can handle the job.
Seems like a fine candidate. Got the right priorities.
All right, then. Step forward, recruit. Let me have a word with you.